Hello, everyone. Welcome to the third episode of What's Up, RB?
What's up, RB?
As you may notice, I'm missing my co-pilot. She's on the other side of the computer today, Miss Lindquist. How you doing in a remote setting, Miss Lindquist?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Great. Happy Friday to you.
Yes, indeed.
I also want to say on the other side of the glass here, on the ones and twos, Miss Weinberg, our Dean of Students. All right. So before we get going today, we got some special things in store. I would first like to say Happy New Year's to all of our Bulldogs. And while we've had a whirlwind of a year, we've had a pretty fantastic start to 21. So last Friday, we hosted our Winter Wonderland walk. So it was great to see over 200 students and families in a socially distanced format, separated by a couple different sessions. Throughout the evening, students were able to, I think they got a hot chocolate. They were able to walk the track, able to take a photo in the photo tent, but more importantly, they're able to vote on 16 snowmen that were decorated by some of our activity teams and athletic teams. And we held a little competition.
Love it.
So before we get going with our podcast and our topic today, I'm going to hand it over to the deans and we're going to see who came in what place and then hold a raffle because anyone that voted and participated in that event, we have a special raffle to do. So I'm going to kick it to Miss Weinberg and let's bring in, for the first time on the podcast, this is Mr. Alberto Jaquez, Dean of Students. Welcome to the show.
Dean Jaquez.
Hello, hello.
Mr. Jaquez, I think you're muted.
You are muted.
Buenas tardes once again. Oh my gosh, we did it.
Mr. Jaquez lacks energy, so we're going to have to get him going for this show today.
Call the cops.
All right,
Don't
Dean,
let yourself get sleeping.
All right, so the first thing we want to share with you is the winners of the snowman voting. So we had 16, was it 16 snowmen, 20, something like that? A lot of really good looking snowmen. So I'm going to share my screen and show you some winners. We had a three-way tie for first place. One of them was boys cross country.
Nice.
Woo!
I like that one. The
Yes.
bib one.
This is my personal favorite.
Mine too. This is my
Another
favorite.
winner, another tie for first place was girls basketball with an excellent drawing of
Coach Rugi.
Let's not bypass the fact that it's some exterior illumination on that snowman.
Yeah, I did not see that when I saw that.
Yeah, it's like a
Those are
glowing Mr.
battery
Rugi, right?
operated lights, huh?
Yes, very,
That's excellent.
very cool.
Excellent job.
Creativity. And then the third three-way tie for first place was Janira.
Oh, that was another one of my
Very
favorites.
Yes.
Very cute. Yes,
Very
well
cute.
done.
Love
Nice
it.
work. We did not vote. This was all community and students who voted, right?
Yes,
For the most part.
all students, and speaking of that vote, students who participated in the voting had their names entered into a raffle with some pretty cool prizes. Dean Jaquez, do you want to talk about those prizes a little bit?
Our first prize is this super warm and fuzzy Riverside Brookfield skull cap or beanie. All right, that's going to be one.
I have one of those. They are quite warm.
Very
Quite warm.
nice. My husband
Little while,
enjoys
but that's not the one
his.
we're giving away, so we're good.
Not mine? Okay, good.
And then another prize. Well, we got two of these, donated by, so Mr. Rich Pulpus, right? Got these donations, bunch of Blackhawks, like this basket filled with goodies, man. Scarf, hats, bunch of stuff in here. This is fantastic. There's two of these. All right,
Nice.
so we're doing two of those. Another prize, we got this White Sox package here. So included are these cool, like, what do you call these? Are these
Bobble.
Oh, bobbleheads, Spidey bobbleheads.
Yeah,
Dean Jaquez is
Spider-Man.
going to steal that for his office, no doubt.
Whoa, time out. I don't have room. I can't. In addition to that, Ozzy Guillen.
Ooh.
What's up, hermano? Yeah, his jersey here. So this is fantastic. So this is all included in one of the prizes. And the final prize, which will have to be framed at some point here, but an autographed picture of the last goal, the last shot at the old Chicago Stadium by none other than Jeremy Roenick.
And it's signed,
Autograph.
right?
Oh yeah, it's autographed.
Nice.
So cool.
Oh yeah, so those are the prizes we got going today.
Very
Buena
cool.
suerte a todos.
Very cool.
So the way that we are going to pick winners is all the names are put into a Google spreadsheet. We are going to randomly pick a number through Google Number Generator. And Dean Jaquez will read off the name of the winner and hold up your prize. So you ready, Dean Jaquez?
So I have the list here. So I'm waiting for the winning numbers.
Okay. Our first winning number is 33. Who is lucky number 33, Dean?
33. We got Elizabeth Santorcelli.
And tell them what they won.
And you won the Riverside Brookfield beanie.
Highly coveted.
Amazing.
All right, congratulations.
Thanks for coming.
We will drop all of these prizes off early next week.
Next week.
Door-to-door service.
All right.
Our next lucky winner is
One of the
number
baskets.
número 24.
Wait, was that in Spanish?
Is
Oh
that
my
good?
gosh!
What number was that, Dean Jaquez? Tell him.
Ay, Dios mío. Did you say 24?
I did.
24?
I did, Dean Jaquez.
Hyler Miller.
Amazing.
Congratulations.
That basket's really cool.
All right.
Very, very cool. All
All
right.
right, now for the bobbleheads and the Ozzie Guillen jersey.
Our third lucky number is number 10.
10. Who is 10? Ooh, this is Emeterio Nava. Giovanni
Very cool.
Ana Nava. Congratulations.
Excellent.
Great. Woohoo.
All right. Our next lucky winner is number 55.
55, the double nickel. Oh, 55. Who's 55? Grace Fagey.
Awesome.
Congratulations. Cool kid. You got one more here?
Yep. Our
One more.
lucky last winner.
Autograph picture.
That winner is number 7.
Number 7. Lucky number 7. That is William Callis.
Excellent.
Congratulations.
Very cool.
This is yours.
So cool. Congratulations to all. Again, we will drop those off next week, probably Tuesday or Wednesday.
All right. Well, while we have the deans here, I just want to thank the deans for their efforts in helping me plan this out along with our parent group. And that helped out as well, volunteered their time to hand out hot chocolates, students, and our staff that did some security for us as well. So really cool event. We're going to try to make this an annual thing. Again, I just want to thank the deans that are here, Mr. Jaquez, Ms. Weinberg, and make sure you see them for any of your needs this semester. Thank you guys so much.
Awesome. We do have a great couple of new deans in our building. We're very fortunate. So it's awesome to work with both of you.
All right, now we're going to move on. Now we're going to move on to our topic for today. So, Mr. Jaquez, we're going to put you in a waiting room and then feel free to join us in a little bit.
Nos vemos.
Okay, so went from something really hyped up here to something that I think is on the topic, on the minds, I should say, of a lot of those around the country. And so let me just kind of give you a brief intro to this today. So school social workers are now seeing new areas of concerns for our students. We know that caused by the fears of the pandemic, resulting in school closures. Obviously, we're remote for an extended period of time there. Students of all ages from all backgrounds are reporting feelings of social isolation, loneliness, frustration, anxiety. Especially worrisome are those students who maybe have home lives that aren't safe. We've kind of talked about that a little bit from our previous podcast. So I wanted to bring on our social workers today. We have 2 of them. We have 3 here. One's not going to be able to join us, but we do have Ms. Tappert, who's a veteran social worker here on staff with us, and Ms. Marquez, who is new to RB, although she is a former graduate, so not so new, but new in her role. So we're going to welcome them to the show and talk a little bit about what's going on during the pandemic and how are we as a school helping our students.
We are also fortunate enough to have Miss Tappert's intern, Miss Everhart. She is interning
Awesome.
this year with RB, and she's been an excellent addition to the staff. So I will bring them all in right now.
Very good.
All right, so while they're getting loaded up here, hello, everybody.
Hi.
Hello. How are you?
Good. How are
We
you?
just
Good,
gave everyone
thanks.
an introduction, so thanks for joining the show. This is What's Up RB, and our topic
What's
today
up?
is just the mental health of our students and the great services that you all are providing. I know there's obviously a growing concern about our mental health of students, especially through the pandemic. You guys are on the front lines of a lot of that. So Ms. Tappert, being the veteran here, how has the approach been from you as maybe a typical year would be, and what have you done? What are things that we've been doing with our students to help out?
Yeah, I think the big difference is that, you know, we're remote mostly, so we're virtual, and figuring out how to best navigate through you know, providing mental health services on a virtual platform has been one of the biggest challenges. We're so used to being able to see our students face to face and really be able to read their emotional responses, and that's a lot harder to do when you're on camera. You know, some things that we've done, Janira, Ms. Marquez has created a Bitmoji Classroom. So I feel like that's really something cool and innovative that we've done this year. I feel
That's
like
one of my favorite things.
Yeah, it's
Thank
great.
you.
I love the Bitmoji Classroom. It's a really fun way for kids to see you guys and interact with you. I love it.
Yeah, everything in that room is clickable. It'll lead you to a resource. It'll lead you to us. But I think the cool thing about that is that it just gives them the tools in a fun, interactive way, rather than just sitting on Zoom consistently, just talking with
Sure.
us. Instead, now you have access to it. You can look at it whenever you want, whenever you have free time, if they choose to want to look at those resources.
Love that. Love that.
Yeah, and I think one of the other things that we've done a lot of is we're doing some more push-in this year. So we recently just pushed into some English classrooms and had some deeper conversations about mental health and grief and related to a book that they were reading. So I think we've kind of welcomed new opportunities and new experiences this year. So
That's awesome. I'm trying to find and we will before we end the podcast here, that page, so we can show everybody and screen share that out because it's pretty unique. I love it. For those of you who didn't catch that, basically those Bitmojis are representative of our staff, and then you can click on that and then it'll like kind of guide you through the resources that we offer here in the student services department. So I'm going to send that your way, Ms. Weinberg, in a minute once I find that link. All right, so moving on. So that's some of the stuff that we're doing. Talking just from like an internal social work perspective, how has this affected maybe your approach in dealing with conversations and hosting conversations? Because not only are we helping the mental health of our students, there's also the mental health and well-being of ourselves. So how have you tackled that? Anybody? I don't know. I'm just curious.
I think in the environment that we're in right now, it has forced us to have to be more creative than we've been in even last school year, and just kind of getting us out of our comfort zones and trying new things that we would have normally never tried or even thought to try. So as far as it's pushed our creativeness, it's pushed us to think more outside the box, and we're always thinking outside the box, especially in a social work setting. I think with the constant Zooming too, that's been unique for us because, right, we're social workers. So we love face-to-face interaction, one-on-one time. So it's also had to shift the way that we interact with our students, because when we're consistently Zooming, it's not as personal, and it makes it a little harder to build that relationship because sometimes screens aren't on. So we haven't seen a lot of our students' faces. But overall, I think it's been a good learning experience too, because it's like, okay, now we know things that'll work for the future that we've never thought to incorporate before.
Sure. It's a great answer. Penny, from your experience coming in this year to RB, can you tell us a little bit about like your duties and how this pandemic has affected you and your approach?
Well, it's been a unique, I guess unique is the best word to say. As an intern, I have to say that unless you were an intern like Miss Marquez last year, or you're an intern this year, this is a really crazy experience. And it's actually so valuable because we are thinking so much outside of the box. And I'm doing things this year at RB with Zoom calls and groups and different things, and you know how we're trying to accommodate being in a pandemic that last year I would never have thought of doing, or I wouldn't have been comfortable even attempting to do. So the experience, even though it's unique and a little, you know, not your standard intern experience, it's been fabulous because everyone is working together. And as far, you know, the pandemic has kind of pushed us to be separate, but yet it's also really pushed us to work together as a team even more than ever before, because it's such a unique challenge. And I'm really thankful for that, because it's been, like I said, I'm so much more comfortable and confident now trying things that are outside the box, because you don't really have a choice right now besides to do that. So I think next year, when I'm in a more permanent role, wherever I'm at, I feel like I have some really amazing skills, which is cool.
Yeah, we're very fortunate here. They've added to our social work team here last year, but Mitch Zollinger is also one of our other social workers. And I think we have a really well-versed staff in this area that has, you know, ample support for our students. And I think we knew this going in, you know, and going through the pandemic starting in January, that we need to bolster up some supports, and that has happened, and really fortunate for all the work that you guys are doing. And it's not only just meeting and pushing into classrooms and providing services, it's also, you guys are doing some events as well. Can you just talk a little bit about like some of the things that we've done this year so far after school hours? Whether that's like through you know, with the student services department, you know, when it's parent nights, or, you know, you guys are leading conversations and things like that. Is there any of those items or events that you wanted to talk about?
Yeah, we've this year we've really tried to boost up our just parent support too. So one of the big things that we've done so far this year is we offered you know, motivating your student during a pandemic presentation for parents, and we actually brought back our former behavior interventionist, and she did a phenomenal job. We were so lucky to have her, and our goal is to sort of provide those parent resources once a quarter. So we're trying to come up with something else to do this quarter as well as next quarter. So that's something that we've done. You know, we try to get creative throughout the school year, and last year we did some different kinds of weeks, like Kindness Week virtually. I think the challenge, and I think this is the challenge for everybody, is that these kids are kind of done with Zoom by the end of the day. And so getting them to hop back on for activities is difficult. You know, we tried to do a lunchbox social to have kids hop on during their lunchtime to socialize, because I know, you know, some of the freshmen are really struggling with getting to know new people because this is such a non-typical year. That you know, I have a lot of freshmen that are really nervous about coming back sophomore year, because it's been so non-typical in meeting new people and relationship building. So I think we're, you know, again, kind of to reiterate what Ms. Marquez has said, is we're trying to really be creative this year, and in the best possible way.
Yeah, that's so key, and I'm glad you brought that up. The social interaction piece, while we are, you know, averaging a little over 200, 250 on a given day, really to, help our students out with just communicating with each other, putting the mask on, not seeing the facial expressions. Some, you know, our students obviously have come from different feeder schools and don't know our environment. And while we've been in person here for a little bit and starting a new semester with a break in between, I think that's number one and that's what we're trying to do when kids come through the door in the morning, is really be positive and greeting them with a smile and saying, hey, thank you for being here. Welcome. And like, let's really work together, build relationships and communicate. And I love that you said that, because, you know, there are some students that are just going to struggle. And maybe that's like just how they are. And so, you know, we have resources here to walk you through that. It's awesome. Ms. Lindquist, what are you seeing in the classroom in regards to like, you know, where our students are at socially wise, mental health, things like that throughout the year?
You know, it's it's interesting, you know, when I think about the mental health aspect, I think about the adults in the building too, right? I think about myself. And I think about, my husband's been working at home since March. And I know that like, if I say I'm going to run out and get the dry cleaning, he's like running to the door to beat me outside the door because he just wants to go out in the world. And I love what, these ladies have talked about with regard to the team, right? Like you've relied on each other to create and to problem solve. And I think I've seen our teachers doing that. And I know I've seen us do that as an administrative team. So I feel like a lot of what has helped some of the people that I've viewed in the school kind of get through all of this is relying on the people that are closest to them, right? Even if we are not physically close, to kind of problem solve and get through it. When I walk into classrooms, now that I'm seeing a few more kids in the classroom, maybe there's 5, maybe there's 6, 7, there was 10 in one of the math classrooms I walked in, and that was awesome to see that many kids in one space. There, I see faces that are a little bit brighter than I'm used to seeing lately. There's smiles, there's people that are just, feeling excited to be back at it and have something that feels even a little bit normal. So I'm seeing that in the classroom, and I really feel like for a lot of our kids, that social interaction, no matter how limited it has to be, is so good for their mental health and so good for them to be together in that touchstone type of way.
Something that I want to just draw attention to is our website, and it's under our student services tab on the website, where I think it's under social work and school psychology services and referrals. And there you can see the numerous areas in which we support students, whether it's self-esteem or academic difficulties or depression or substance abuse, or just feeling stressed out about school. If you go down and you scroll down on that page, you'll see our social work team, our school psychologists, and what they did this year is really cool. There's a link that you could schedule appointments, whether it's a phone appointment, a virtual appointment, or if you're in the building, you can also do that as well. But do you guys want to talk about that real quick as we wrap up here, and anything else you want to offer?
Yeah. So Calendly is a new feature that we rolled out this year, which has been such a lifesaver, I think, for us as a team, and then being able to meet with our students because, again, in this remote setting, students aren't checking their emails as often. So, it's been a little challenging to reach them. So adding this feature has been amazing. We all have it attached to our signatures in our emails. So students are able to schedule an appointment with us according to their schedule, preferably during their free period, so they're not missing any classes. But the good thing about it is that, hey, if I want an appointment with Ms. Marquez, Mrs. Tappert, Mrs. Everhart, Mr. Zillinger, I'm very able to do that. So it's been really helpful. And I think that it's definitely helped us connect with students a lot more, because instead of waiting to hear from us or trying to decipher our schedules between each other, which has been challenging, this is so amazing that they just click it, schedule it at their convenience when they're available. And again, they're able to schedule it with their counselors too. So it's just made life a lot easier. And I think that we've seen a good number of students using it, which has been awesome. We've had parents use it to schedule some time to talk with us, which has been really good too, because it's oftentimes challenging to get a hold of parents and what time works for you. Just scheduling is an issue in itself. So it's nice that people are able to do it at their own leisure.
Yeah, that's great.
Awesome new feature.
Yeah, you guys are doing some really, I think like everybody here is really using the technology that we have here, but in really getting innovative with your services and what we provide for our students in the community. So thank you all so much. You guys, we are just so thankful for all your efforts and what you do with our students on a day in and day out basis, whether it's solving crisis or getting on the front lines and being proactive in the classroom, working with our staff and being collaborative with the different events and things like that we put on. So thank you all. Mr. Jaquez, thank you for all of your assistance in our Winter Wonderland walk and helping us out with the various items and events that we do throughout the school year. And Ms. Lindquist.
It was fun.
Mr. Mannon.
We'll see you next time, right?
Yeah.
Maybe in person back in the studio.
I'm going to bust out of quarantine. I'll be back on Monday.
Yes.
All right. It's good to hear. Well, that wraps up episode 3. Ms. Weinberg on the other end of the glass. Thank you so much. And we'll see you soon. Take care.
That's what's up, RB. That's what's up, RB. Come on, Mr. Mannon, one time.
That's what's up.